Hi, welcome to the Grow a Row Kitchen and to this month's ComMITT Kit. My name is Shauna Alvarez. I'm the executive chef here, and we are so excited because it is summer here in New Jersey, and our fields at Grow a Row are filled with beautiful produce that's getting harvested every day and distributed to food banks, food pantries, and community organizations throughout New Jersey. So we have some of that beautiful produce here today. This corn and these peppers and zucchinis were picked hours ago, and they are going to be at the heart of the meal that we're going to make together today. So today we're making a crowd pleaser, quesadillas, something that can be made in a couple minutes at home, and something I make very frequently for my own family, but we're going to add some produce to it. So we're going to add shredded zucchini and some black beans, and that adds fiber and vitamins and minerals that are delicious, and it helps you use up things that are in your cupboard. And then we're going to make a pot of rice, but instead of it just being plain rice, we're going to saute in some peppers and onions and corn. Once again, it's just another way to add produce to something you make all the time. And if you have, like me, I sort of have like a little half of a pepper here. I used a little bit of it. It's a perfect way to use up the rest of it. So to get started, I am going to chop up peppers and onions and take the corn off the cob. We're going to get that started in the pot with the rice. By the time the rice is finished cooking, the whole meal should be done, so that can help you time it out. Today I'm using long grain brown rice. That's what I had in my pantry. Brown rice is a great way to add whole grain to your dish. White rice is fine. Whatever you enjoy in your family is fine. So however long it takes you to cook the rice you have should be how long the meal takes. And once again, this is totally customizable. So this is literally the produce that's ripe today, so that's why it's going into this meal. If you have other types of produce like tomatoes or cooked eggplant, you can add it all into the pot. So let's get started by getting all the veggies chopped. Our rice is cooking away with the veggies. It smells really, really good in here. And it should take probably, 15 to 20 minutes. It depends on the kind of rice you have. Just follow the instructions on the back of your package for the amount of water and the amount of time. So we're gonna move on to prepping for our quesadillas. And our quesadillas are just gonna have cheese in it, of course, because it wouldn't be a quesadilla without it. You can use the cheese you like. I have a cheddar cheese here. And then I'm gonna grate cheese, I'm gonna grate a zucchini, and I'm going to open a can of beans, and I'm going to rinse these beans because these are not low sodium beans. And I like low sodium beans for a couple of reasons. You might have heard me say this before. It's always good to be in control of the amount of sodium you're including in your diet, because in case you have dietary restrictions or anyone around your table does. But also from a chef's perspective, I really like controlling the level of salt so I can control the flavor of the dish. So I'm gonna rinse these off, shred the cheese, shred the zucchini, and once that's done, we're gonna cook the zucchini and beans and half of the onion that we chopped earlier together, and then we'll build our quesadillas. Shredding zucchini is a great way to use up a lot of zucchini if you have it, and chances are you have more than one this time of year if you have a garden or someone else you know does. So shredding zucchini and putting it into anything, any kind of sauce or stew is great. You can also shred it and freeze it and incorporate it into other things. And you can also do shred it and incorporate it into like coleslaw style salads and eat it raw, which is also a really quick and easy way. Zucchini has a ton of water in it, so it's great in the summer for helping with hydration. I have 2 kinds of tortillas here that work really well for this. Use the tortillas you like and that you have at home. I have a whole wheat tortilla, and to tell if something is actually whole wheat, you want to read the label on the back, and the first ingredient should say whole wheat flour. Whole wheat has more fiber and more fats and minerals and more protein that are good for us, and so this is a good way to incorporate a little bit of those whole grains. And then my other ones I have are corn tortillas, and these are my favorite, and they are also whole grain, and they're made from corn. So the thing about corn tortillas, what you get from the grocery store, they kind of fall apart a little bit, so you have to be a little bit more delicate when you're working with them, but the flavor is great. My kids love corn tortillas. I'm gonna make one of each so you can see, and I have my cheese shredded. This is a cheddar cheese, you can use what you like, and this is our bean and zucchini mixture. We're gonna build them by putting some cheese and some of the vegetable mixture on top, put them into the pan, flip them when the cheese melts, and that's it. It only takes a few minutes. You could make this mixture ahead of time, and so dinner really doesn't take that long at all, if that works for you. Spread some cheese. You can put cheese on both sides to make sure it melts, but we wanna make sure you don't make the quesadillas too heavy, because then they get kind of like hard to maneuver. Do that, and that on top. So that's one, and then I'm gonna do one with the whole wheat tortillas that we have. Okay, so we're all done. Our rice is finished cooking. I've made a couple quesadillas, one corn here, it's delicious, and a couple of the whole wheat. These whole wheat tortillas, so I did 2 tortillas layered on top of each other. You can always do this with 1 tortilla folded in half if you don't want as big of a portion or you're feeding like a little kid. But I sort of think about these as pizza when they're this size. I cut them into like 8 pieces, and then I distribute them amongst my kids depending on who's hungry and who's not. So the final step, which is totally optional but is really delicious, is this pot of rice and veggies. I'm going to put the rest of a head of cilantro that I had hanging out in my fridge. I'm just gonna mix it right into this. It's gonna give a lot of flavor and like beautiful color, and it's gonna use it up, which I'm always trying to do. So if you don't like cilantro, you can add any herb you like. And this is a good tip for any kind of meal. And it looks really good. I'm gonna put it on. And today I have salsa and yogurt, because I like having yogurt, and hot sauce that I'm gonna serve on the side. You know, guacamole or sour cream. It'd be really yummy. This makes a lot of rice. I did 2 cups of rice, and so I have enough rice here for this meal, and then for other meals. You could mix in, sort of turn this into stir fry by reheating it and adding some chicken. This is really versatile and easy, and it's a nice thing to have in the fridge. You can make a burrito out of it since you have some of the ingredients already with this kit. Put this guy on here. A little salsa, a little yogurt, and hot sauce. So I use yogurt in place of sour cream for a lot of things. There's tanginess. It's got a ton of protein, which is yummy. And then, as always, I'm gonna add hot sauce, because I add hot sauce to everything. I'm just gonna put it right on my yogurt. And I'm looking forward to this meal. Please let me know how you enjoy it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, tips, or tricks, you can reach out to me at Shauna at America's Grow Row or on any of our social media channels. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next month.